It's Friday, April 8th, 2022, and this is the Washington Times front page. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo.
On this vote, the yeas are 53, the nays are 47, and this nomination is confirmed.
A milestone vote in the Senate has made Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson the first black woman ever confirmed to the Supreme Court. Alex Sawyer reports Senate Democrats were joined by 3 Republicans in backing Jackson, who won approval on a 53-47 vote. Vice President Kamala Harris presided over the vote, while Jackson watched at the White House with President Biden. The confirmation gives the president a major legislative win, delivering on a campaign promise he made to install a black woman on the court. Jackson breezed through her confirmation hearing, and the outcome was apparent for weeks, but that didn't dampen the historic moment for senators, who said her approval opens new horizons for black women and girls. The United Nations has booted Russia from its Human Rights Council to protest the invasion of neighboring Ukraine and the brutal tactics used against Ukrainian civilians. Mike Glenn reports the UN General Assembly approved the vote 93-24, with 58 nations abstaining. Russia was in the second year of a 3-year term on the 47-member panel. News of the atrocities committed in Bucha, Ukraine quickly spread after the release of disturbing photos that showed hundreds of civilian corpses found in the streets and in mass graves after occupying Russian forces pulled back. Russia became only the second country ever to be forced off of the council after Libya was suspended in 2011 in the chaos following the overthrow of dictator Muammar Gaddafi. The IRS admits that millions of Americans will likely see a delay in receiving their tax refunds this year because of a worker shortage and document backlogs at the agency. Harris Alec reports IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig told the Senate Finance Committee that his organization had implemented mandatory overtime for its employees to speed up the processing of returns, but lingering problems exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic are still likely to delay refunds. IRS officials say the majority of its problems result from taxpayers' continued reliance on filing returns on paper rather than digitally. Paper returns have to be reviewed by staff and hand-scanned into the agency's system for refunds to be processed. They blame that for causing a massive backlog. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. French voters head to the polls this weekend, where closing opinion polls are showing a far tighter race than initially anticipated. Guy Taylor reports the rematch between French President Emmanuel Macron and right-wing nationalist Marine Le Pen has narrowed in recent weeks. With no candidate projected to take a majority in the first round of voting, the election is expected to head to an April 24th runoff. On the campaign trail, Macron has sought to portray himself as a major European leader and global voice. Meanwhile, Le Pen has widened the appeal of her National Rally Party by softening her stances on immigration and focusing her campaign on economic issues. Macron defeated Le Pen by 32 percentage points in their previous matchup in 2017. The White House still insists that President Biden has never talked to his son Hunter about his foreign business dealings. Kerry Pickett and Dave Boyer report Press Secretary Jen Psaki answered yes this week when asked whether the president has refrained from talking to his son about business deals involving Ukraine and China. The younger Biden is under federal investigation related to his taxes and business deals. And finally, parents are challenging books in school libraries and classrooms more than ever before. Sean Salai reports the American Library Association's annual State of America's Libraries report found the most cited reason for the efforts last year was sexually explicit material. Of 729 challenges reported last year, about 68% were for books taught in schools or found in school libraries, according to the association. 37% were for public libraries, and 1% for colleges and universities. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us on any major podcast platform. Just search Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.